We know this weekend, man, a rock star receiver got signed in the AFC East. Got a lot of history with the dude by the name of Odell Beckham Jr. We know he went down there to the Dolphins, all right? And, you know, it was a big move.
I thought you were going to say Claypool.
It was a big it was a big move, all right? So we know that was a big chess piece off the board. But then there was another just astronomical move that took place in the AFC East where a former top 55 draft pick, a dude that led the league in touchdowns in his adolescent stage in the NFL. I'm talking a guy that out the gate had back-to-back 800-plus yard seasons. Big, could block, could run.
I don't know about blocking.
Has all the I mean,
Running.
like, he's the type of guy when you draft him, you don't even cut on the receiving clips. He's the guy that when he was drafted, they cut on highlights of him just mauling people blocking.
Yeah, I think you're talking about
That was
at Notre Dame.
also a big
I don't remember
move
him doing that with
when
the
Chase
Steelers.
Claypool, the new number 14 in Buffalo, signed up there with them bad boy Bills. You know what I'm saying? He said this the best quarterback he's ever played with, Deke. That's what he said. He's excited about. He said he's never been
Wait,
on
he
it.
said that?
Nah, he ain't said it. I just guessed it.
Whoa.
But it's so good though. It's so.
He called Ben the GOAT. I remember that.
Listen. There are some rumblings that this is the best offensive situation that Claypool has had in his NFL career.
But am I going to find you up at
Don't do me
Claypool's
like
media
that. Don't
session
do me like that.
asking him that question?
Don't do me like that.
'Cause I feel like you want to know what he's
Don't
going
do
to
me
say
like
there.
that. I'm innocent. This is what the people said. All right. I'm just reacting what the people said. All right.
Are you going to grab your Bills press badge?
Listen, bro.
for
Listen,
Claypool
man.
press conference?
Listen. This is what they said. All right. They were like, "Yo, Chase ain't never had an offense like this. He ain't never had a quarterback like this. He ain't never had a coach. He never had a team. He never." I'm like, dang. I mean, I guess.
Who's saying this?
That's what they saying. We just
Who?
leave it at they. We're
I
not
need-
gonna put
I need
names.
to
We
know
just
who.
leave it at they, bro.
Is it Bills fans?
It's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people saying it, bro. But
Is
you know,
it-
I don't
or
look into all the
I
particulars.
might need to check the tapes on that Bills channel. Hear
I
what
don't
you're
look
saying.
into all the particulars, but there is some rumors out there that, you know, Josh at this stage compared to 7 at his stage, they're just saying that, you know, it could be a little different for Chase. That's all they said. And that could inspire him to fully tap into that potential that we saw glimpses of with 7. So that's, you know, part of the optimism, which I understand. I totally understand that. Like I said, I you know me, I'm neutral in this, but I could understand why a Bills fan would feel such optimism surrounding Chase and this new opportunity. It's not the distractions that you get in Miami either. No. Come back close, back to home, bro. You ain't that far from the crib, man. Hey, we still play the national anthem for you both sides. You get both of them here. Yeah.
Have you, I guess, put a damper on any of their excitement, or are you fanning the flames?
I gave some context, okay, I delivered it in the most professional manner. He
Because
brings
you know
a
if
lot to
Claypool
the table.
didn't sign with the Bills,
Don't
how
do me
we'd
like
be
that.
talking about him.
All I would say is this.
And how we have been talking about him over
I
these
will
last 2
say
years.
the same thing that my message has been since we have moved on from Claypool in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He has all the talent in the world to be wide receiver 1. He has all the intangibles. 6'4", 6'5", 4.4 speed, leaping ability, has the athleticism to run routes. We've even seen at times where you can hand it off
He doesn't
to
have
him.
the footing when coming down when leaping, though.
This is very true. But that goes to the knock on him, which is consistency. We've seen him make plays. We've seen him catch. We've seen him run after. We've seen him even give us some explosive plays, right? We even think back to that Philadelphia Eagles game where it's like, we can say we won, but we can't unsee that. And not everybody can do that. That's the reason why he was drafted and why he's even gotten this many chances. Very similar to when we talk George Pickens. It's like, he ain't put it all together yet, but we've seen so much talent where we're like, bro, we're going to figure this one out. Claypool has a lot of that, but the knock is he has not put it together in Pittsburgh. Some maturity questions came into play. Didn't put it together in Chicago, and then obviously in Miami, still couldn't have put it together. But the context is, what was Chicago? Because clearly Justin Fields isn't even out there anymore. They had a lot going on in terms of the transition, in terms of just not figuring it out. Miami, you hopped on a moving train in season. and they already got 2 dominant receivers in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So it's like, all right, this your last stop if we being real. You ain't got any more excuses. It's like, bro.
Closest one to Canada, too.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this your best opportunity, but this is definitely your last one because you can't. Bro, Josh Allen is clearly further ahead than Tua and Justin Fields, and he's younger than Dagon Big Ben. And we can make a case that the way people view Josh right now compared to Seven's last year or last 2 years wasn't the same, right? In terms of league-wide, we might feel different because we watch them every day, but league-wide, the perception is that. So that's why it's like, yo, for Chase, man, if you're not excited, eager, and can't wait to get to work, this is clearly a you thing. Yeah, that's going to be the knock on him. But that's the reality with Chase. We know this. Chase, he gives you eyeball test first off the bus. But we're going to see.
Yeah, the falling stuff was weird, too, with him, because that didn't really start picking up to his second year. Yeah. I don't remember him doing it at all in his rookie season.
No. In fact, his first year, we thought this was more like GP.
Mapletron.
The way that we look at GP was how we looked at Claypool that first year. And even to a point in his second year, we still were feeling like that.
Yeah.
It's when it got weird after the day going, he's celebrating for the first down late in the game versus the Vikings, and now it's
that was his second year, actually. That was
what I'm saying. That's when it started to get weird, though.
Yeah.
Because then you started getting the juju with the TikTok stuff, doing the dances on the logos and everything, and towards the end of the season where it fell up, but he still had 800 yards. In terms of receiving yard, yeah. So that was the part where it was like, you see the talent, but it's like, is the maturity, where is you at? Where's your work ethic? Are you a pro? You're a professional? And that's just not a Claypool issue. That's a lot of dudes in this league issue, and that's why we talk about guys that are talented but not productive, and why we don't just pay dudes or keep them around because they are sexy players. They look good. They can do this. It's like, nah, bro. You got to actually be able to produce, and that's the knock right now on Claypool. And that's why I'm like, yo, this is about your last stop. Because them Chicago and Miami's do you look good picks, man.
Maybe it's the turf. Yeah. Maybe we'll have better luck up in Buffalo with
Buffalo
the
turf ain't been the best, bro. No, I know they redid it, but it's like, bro, it's...
You think he could land better on that than Heinz Field? Because that's all grass. Heinz Field, grass, Bears, grass,
I thought the grass
Miami
is way
grass.
better. I thought grass was way better for all that stuff. But you know what? We're going to find out. That Buffalo turf wasn't the best when I was there, but you know what? It's been a while now. So let's go.
Maybe slip and slide.
I'm hoping that, because I've seen a player with Jordan cleats have success in Buffalo, ward number 14 by the name of Stefon Diggs.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on
hopefully
Claypool picking 14?
It's different than Cordell Patterson. All right, just because Diggs wasn't there as long. But yeah, I'm like, bro.
But this is immediate.
Listen,
this is back to back.
If I'm Claypool, I'm taking Gabe Davis number 13 because you are the new Gabe Davis right now.
Any number but that.
Yeah, I'm like, go take Gabe's number. You kind of look like him, tall, big receiver, inconsistent, a lot of hope and upside though. It's like, yo, take that number. Don't take 14.
How do you feel about that though? Or how do Bills fans feel about him taking 14?
How you think we feel? It's not the best, but it's like we understand that the previous 14.
Yeah, are you guys more mad at Diggs? Where it's just like, you don't really care that he took 14?
No, it ain't a mad thing. It's kind of like bro, you know who the last one that put that number on, though. I think it's more of that. It's not like you couldn't wear this retired, because that's not the vibe. Buffalo, like, Diggs was dope, but Diggs isn't Andre Reed. You know what I mean? It's like, we got dudes up there. It's like, yo, but Diggs had a run here. It just wasn't as long. I think AB was there for 6. Man, he dominated for 6, but he played here for what? 7 or 8? Yeah. Whereas 9. Diggs he got 4? Was it 4? I think it was just 4 years. So that's the part where I was like, it was just different. But his
you're probably not
retiring
Diggs' number anyway.
Nah, right. Whereas AB is like, if AB did it kind of go out the way he did, bro, man, you wouldn't see no 84 around here no more. Yeah. But that's why I was like, yo, shout out to Claypool though, man. I was like, yo, the people like him though, man. And you got to think of Buffalo right now, bro. Like, of all the receivers, we're like, yo, we just drafted Keon Coleman, big athlete, ton of excitement, dope personality. All right, let's go get another big, freaky, tall dude that used to have pedigree that has had some production, super low risk, high reward. Also, we're going to put that spotlight on him and say, tell me everything you know about Miami. I need to know everything about that offense. Tell me what's up with this Tyreek dude.
I don't know. Will he be able to tell you anything?
Well, that's the concern. And that's partly why we are where we are with it. Because it's like, bro, just because you have talent, you and the quarterback have to be on the same page. And that's a lot of studying for an NFL player. Like, it ain't just, oh, I'm going to run this route and this don't route. It's like, no, bro, you might have 3 variations of your route just based off of his alignment. And your quarterback got to be on the same page as you. Not, I'm going to run what I run and he going to figure me out. Heck no, bro. He talking about, hey, bro, I ran this route. Quarterback like, hey, man, here, bro, what you doing? Yeah. So that's part of it as well. And I get it, bro. I definitely get it. Yeah.
Skeeter Jones says Chase Claypool equals Kelvin Benjamin.
Kelvin came out to Buffalo too. He was like, all right. I'm like, bro, we will do the whole. You get it. Remember, that's when him and Cam Newton was about to get into it before the game. Yeah, because it was like, bro, you gonna get your chance. We'll take a chance on a big athlete.
Yeah, it's a flyer.
Yeah, you take a chance on a big athlete.
Definitely a flyer. I wouldn't have any expectations for him at all.
Yeah, listen, we drafted what we drafted. This is the super low risk but crazy upside.
Yeah, what do you got? You got Coleman, you got Samuel.
Yeah, you got
and Shakir, and then the tight ends. Is that
those the
main
like people?
The top 5 targets?
Yeah, and James Cook.
Right.
Because he's another dude that we utilize a lot in terms of whether it's dropping him out the backfield or even putting him out there in that slot and letting him run routes and stuff.
So Claypool's looking at wide receiver 4 or 5, best case scenario, at least to start the season.
To start it off, yes. But he has the most upside in the sense of his size speed combo of legit being the complement to a Keon Coleman, to being, that guy that looks different than these other receivers over here. But that's why he's been able to stick around. Because if Chase Claypool was 6 foot, does he get this many opportunities? Based on what you've seen, based on the knocks on him, no. But because of the big, and this is what we said even with the draft, we're like, why is a Graham Barton, who hasn't played center in X amount of years, viewed as a better prospect than JPJ, Frazier, Van Pran? The big athlete. It's like, yo, I love athletes, but if I can get a big athlete, you always take the big athlete over the smaller guys. And Chase is big athlete, man.
Yeah. Antimatter Eli says Claypool at last chance you.
Yeah. This is it for him. I mean, he got a great situation though, bro. They'll love him up there. He'll be able to double dip with the fan base. I'm telling you, bro.
Come on.
You be plugged in Canada, bro. I was plugged in Canada, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You're like a dual star. You could cross that border. They still you love up there, bro.
Oh, you're saying because he is from Canada, like the Bills.
Yes, and the Bills
give him a little bonus points.
Yeah, really? And you get that love anyways. It's like because it's the closest one for them. Yeah. It's like, what, you can go to Detroit? You ain't going out there. Come on, bro. We here. Yeah.
Wait, so did you want to talk more about the Claypool thing, or do you want to talk about
No, so I want to talk
receivers?
For us, though, some free agent receivers, because, I just had to give an update on some of the receiver movement. And since it was 2 big
so Claypool's off the table for us bringing back.
Yeah, we can't bring him up. We can't bring him back. I thought about it. I was like,
It never crossed my
mind. We saw
Odell.
We talked to Odell for a little bit. It was like, yo, would Odell make sense here? So I was like, Claypool, dang, man, you know what? Do we miss out?
No.
All right, fair.
No, we did not.
Fair. I'm not disagreeing. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I'm not disagreeing. I even said it on the Bills channel, bro. Shout out to the
honestly, like the main thing of why I wouldn't want to sign Claypool is because of the locker room stuff and his antics. Maturity. It's not about taking a flyer on him and coming in here and just seeing what he could bring on the field. No, it's the locker room stuff, really. And
for me, I look at it as, so some people have said that also. When he picked 14, they like, yo, you got rid of one locker room cancer for another locker room cancer. I can understand that. I just think that the timing is different and the caliber of player that Chase is compared to Diggs is different. So I do think Josh in that leadership there should handle that.
Because you mean to tell me spinning the block on Claypool, again, just like on the field, you don't think like he would be a better flyer than Van Jefferson and Quez Watkins and all these other dudes? Given that Claypool did start off his career with those first 2.5 seasons here, like not bad, not to what we wanted or not to what we think his potential could be, but
And how many of those dudes do we bring up that we might sign or we see sign, and we'll go back to what they did early on, and we're like, well, he at least has already shown that he can. Now we're saying, can he get back or at least be hovering around, whatever. Claypool on paper has shown that he can. But the thing is, the maturity and the study habits, that's legit. Self-awareness. And it's like, when you look at what's taking place in Chicago and Miami, that's the legitimate part of it, man.
Yeah, because right now, you mean to tell me Claypool across from
bro.
Pickens, and then we got Roman Wilson and whoever on the inside? Like, But that's Claypool from his first 2 years with Ben.
Yeah.
And that's Claypool, too, just in a perfect world, not being a distraction or affecting the locker room in a negative way. And
and God forbid he has
success. That's viewing Claypool through like a very positive lens there, because I mean, we did have that for Pickens' rookie year. Claypool was still here. It was Pickens, Claypool, and Claypool wasn't having that bad
DJ,
of a
Deontay Johnson.
Claypool,
third
yeah,
guy.
it was DJ, and Claypool wasn't happy. I mean, he went off in that Bucks game with Mitch. I think we traded him a week or two after that. Like, he wasn't on like a bad pace with us, but then he went to Chicago and embarrassed himself.
Think about when the trade happened. The only reason we weren't tripping was because of the compensation that came back.
Yeah.
But initially,
I didn't want to trade him.
Exactly, because we was like, yo, you taking a weapon away.
Yeah, because we just started getting Kenny in there. I'm like, yeah, give him as many weapons as possible. But then when I saw the report that the Steelers were like, we don't really think Claypool's a Steeler. He fits with what we want here long term. I was like, yeah, then you had to get rid of him.
Yeah,
100% for that addition by subtraction, and it literally
has
was.
Been, yeah,
it literally was. Even though we weren't as dynamic in the passing game, like we ran the ball really good. Steven Sims became our third guy, and he made clutch catches when needed, and we went on that 7-2 run.
Yeah,
and then legit. Claypool hasn't done anything. Like literally has done nothing in the league since.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you mean to tell me we're getting the Claypool that we saw. Just on the field here, early on in his Steeler career, early on in his NFL career. If we're just getting that as our outside receiver across from Pickens, I think there's more there than what we already have in-house outside of Pickens.
I would agree.
But that is just on paper, and that's just talking on the field.
Yeah.
But we know everything else,
and that's literally why when the Bills
and that's why I don't even feel like I missed out. I'm like, no,
seriously?
I don't want Claypool here.
And that's why I felt conflicted, because I'm like, I get the excitement if you're exclusively a Bills fan. I can totally understand the excitement because it's low risk, high reward. But as a Steelers fan who's already lived this part of it, just kind of like, I'm waiting and seeing, man. Like, I see what he does, great, but it's like we gotta see the other part of. Are you going to like develop, or is it just going to be the same song and dance that has been these previous two stops?